スタープラチナザワールド
Hello everyone. Before we start the video, I just wanted to start off with just kind of apologize for not really posting a lot recently. I have been working on some other stuff, so I hope you guys can understand. But anyways, please enjoy the video. Hello everyone, this is Lincoln Prime, and today we'll be taking a look at the S.H.Figuarts Iron Man Mk Final Battle Edition from Avengers Endgame. And before, as always, we'll be taking a quick look at the box. Basically, on the front, you have the figure on the inside, which looks very nice. You have the Avengers Endgame logo and some nice images of Iron Man, and as well as the Avengers A, Bandai, Tamashii Nations, and the S.H.Figuarts logo, and a certified sticker right here. On the side, you have a picture of Iron Man in a battle pose. On the other side, you have another picture of the figure. On the back, you get some promo shots of Iron Man with all of his accessories and everything that he comes with, as well as a look at the Tony Stark head. Bottom, there's really nothing except for a picture of Iron Man, and at the top is basically just another part of this clear part. And that's about it for the box. Now, this clamshell section does come in two parts. You have this part right here, and then it comes out from the back, and you get some extra accessories. So basically, you have all the blast effect pieces, this extra back piece for the back to replace this blast feature right here on his back. There's an extra head, his Tony Stark head, his shield, his blade right here, and some extra hands. And moving right along, here we have the Iron Man Mark 85 out of the box, and Bandai. Yes, this is an amazing figure you have given us. Like, my god, the detail on this figure is outstanding. I do have one issue, one tiny little issue, and that is this. The waist is loose. Very loose. And while there may be a way of fixing that, I didn't really want that to be a reality. But honestly, this does have diecast, so it is a bit hefty in some parts. Using my cold touch technique, credit to Jobby on that. The feet are the only things that I can really feel here that are diecast, but I think there are some parts on the inside that could be die cast. So that is a nice touch considering that it's an Iron Man figure, but the detail is amazing. You have this nice hot rod red with the gold on the arms, and as well as the legs and on the mask section. You also get some silver detail on the back and some more gold detail back here. And then there's also a clear plastic piece for the arc reactor, which looks outstanding. But yeah, just everything else, like detail wise, just wow, this is amazing. I absolutely love this. There's also some really nice dry brushing detail on the red, some of this black right here, or maybe just like a brownish color, or it's a little bit gray actually, but they used it kind of on the gold and on the red, and that looks really good. Now, moving on to articulation, basically we have a ball joint at the head, which allows it to look up that far and down that far. There's a ball joint in the neck, so that could look down a little bit farther with that, and up a little bit farther with that. There's a hinge joint at the shoulder, so it could go out about that much and in about this much. It can shift up and down, and then there's a slight butterfly joint right here, which allows for a little bit more dynamic movement. There's a swivel at the shoulder right here. There's a double hinge joint at the elbow, which goes pretty far, like so, and that's pretty good. And then there is a ball joint at the wrist, which allows it to go up, down, and all the way around like that. And then same thing on this arm. At the torso, the loose torso, there's a ball joint right in here, which allows it to crunch forward pretty far, as well as some movement in here. So it can crunch forward that much. The only problem right here is that when you do crunch it forward, there is this huge gap right here where you can see pretty much everything on the inside. So that's kind of ugly, honestly. But then you can shift it back about that much, and that's also really good. Coming to the legs, these legs are a little weird. The way they work, it's a cool way that they work, but it is a little odd. Basically, there's a ball joint in here, and then there's a ball joint in here. So basically, this ball joint, so these legs can shift up to make it look more seamless. The problem I do have on this guy is that this leg shifts up more to cover up this joint, but it doesn't really do it that much on this leg, and I kind of don't want to force it considering, yeah. But basically with this leg, I'm just going to show this one off because this one works a little bit better on me. Basically it can shift up and down like that, and then there's also this ball joint, so basically this can kind of move around like that. It can kick forward about that much, like so pretty high kick, and then it can kick back about this far like that, but not too much because it kind of gets stopped by this back panel. And then there is a bend at the knee on a double joint, like so. There's also a swivel because of this ball joint at the thigh, and then there's also a swivel in the ankle, a little tight, so I don't recommend you really swivel it too much. There's also a bend right here that can go down that far and up that far. There's also a pivot that is not the best pivot, but it's okay. And then there's a toe bend. So articulation on this guy is it's pretty good. It's not perfect, but it does what it needs to do, and I think it's worth it. And with the amount of posability, you do get a lot of various display options. And now moving on to the bulk of the price, I mean the accessories. Basically, we get two heads. We get this Tony Stark head, which looks very, very nice. I think it looks a little too thick, but honestly, we haven't really gotten a nice Tony Stark head with a 1/12 scale figure, so I think this is actually one of the best ones that I've seen so far. And then we do get a helmeted head right here, which I showed at the beginning of the video, and that looks really nice right there. We get this included backpack piece, which is a nice looking inclusion. There are joints in here, so basically these parts can swivel around like that and like that, and there are these little parts that do come off to support these blast effects pieces, which are very small, so I recommend you be careful with this because these can get lost very easily. And then we get a bunch of blast effect pieces. We get these two right here, which are basically like repulsor blasts right here. We get these smaller repulsor blasts, basically for just the other hands as another option. We get these blasts right here that are for the bottom of the feet when he's flying, and then we get all of these other ones that are for this part right here. We also get this really nice looking energy shield, which is detailed very well, and then there's this other hand attachment right here that can pop on, and then we get this blade piece right here for his other hand, and that's kind of like the nanotech part that like pops out of his arm, so that looks really good. There's this alternate back piece which covers up his back when you're not using this right here, and then there's also basically a bunch of hands, so basically you get two open hands with pegs that attach to the repulsor blast pieces. You also get these karate chopping looking hands. You also get these more relaxed looking hands. You also get these pulsar blast hands that don't really hold the repulsor blast, but these are just for like display options. And also the regular fisted hands that I showed at the beginning of the video. And another thing to note, these pieces right here, like a lot of the weapons he come with, are very sharp, so make sure to be careful there, as well as a lot of these blast effect pieces, which are a bit pointy, so just be aware of that. And for comparison, bringing in another mecha dude, here we have the real grade Gundam Mark II. Another SH line figure, here we have the GVK 2021 Godzilla. And the Netflix Earthrise Optimus Prime. So anyways, my final comments on this figure, I absolutely love this. It does have some ups and downs, that being just the loose waist. That is fixable. The other thing is I do wish that This was the version that would come with the Nano Gauntlet, because it does say on the box Final Battle version, so you'd think that it would come with the Nano Gauntlet hand so that way you could put him in the snapping pose, but honestly, just not even thinking about that, this figure is amazing in terms of just pretty much anything like articulation, uh, accessories. I mean, the amount of accessories that comes with this very much outshines the S.H. Monstars line, which is kind of sad, honestly, because you see just the amount of accessories that this figure alone comes with. But you look at an S.H. Monstars figure, and like Godzilla, for example, and most of them don't even come with an atomic breath piece. Like, I love the S.H. line of figures. I love S.H. Figuarts and Monstars, but where it does go in terms of quality and just like maybe even accessories, that goes to S.H. Figuarts, and that's why I prefer S.H. Figuarts a little bit more over S.H. Monster Arts. But when it comes to the amount of accessories, that does mean a price bulk. So I would recommend getting an S.H. Monster Arts figure because of the fact that it doesn't have a lot of accessories, because that won't bulk up the price more. But I definitely recommend these figures if you have the money for it, and if you want a figure with more options when it comes to posability and display. And this figure definitely reaches those it kind of just reaches that criteria essentially. But anyways, that is my review on the S.H.Figuarts Iron Man Mark 85. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.